guys, we have a special treat for you. The Kanta N2s are in the Audioholics Smart House. We've got done. Let's check them out. Hey guys, I'm Gene Delasala with Audioholics, and you know what? This house would not have been complete without a focal speaker in it. Am I right, Don?
Absolutely. And it has several focal speakers in it.
That's
right.
In
fact, we're using their architectural product in several rooms in the home.
Yeah, we've got, as I told you in the last video, we've got the 300 ICW 6s in the kitchen. We have them in the guest rooms. We've got them pretty much scattered in all the critical areas that we want to have, you know, background music, but really good sounding background music.
Really phenomenal background music. Actually.
So after I heard the Focal Stellas and the Focal Clear, because we have those now as reference headphones, I'm like, Don, man, we got to get some box speakers in this house, because this is a magical company. It really is.
We're learning that more and more. I mean, in the past, I've sold Focal speakers back when it was Jam Lab. I've never heard a Focal speaker that didn't sound good. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
And Gene said, hey, we really want to get some box speakers, tower speakers. And one of my personal favorite speakers on the planet, for several reasons, is the Kanta 2 and the Kanta 3s. I just absolutely love the design, the aesthetics of the speaker. It's a work of art.
Yeah. Well, you know, just unboxing the speaker, you realize you're dealing with a different level of product. Just the meticulous detail in the cabinetry, the way the port integrates into the front baffle. It's not like a cheap piece of cardboard. It's actually part of the baffle.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
It just looks amazing. Now the Kanta N2s, they retail for what, about
$10,000 a pair.
$10,000 a pair, and they have 4 drivers. So they have 2 6.5-inch bass drivers, a 6.5-inch mid-range, and they have that Beryllium inverted dome tweeter, and that's kind of their claim to fame, is that Beryllium inverted dome.
Right, and they're also using their Flax drivers. Excuse me. And the Flax drivers are a proprietary driver that they build in their factory in France for Focal, that has all of the benefits of paper, but without some of the miscomings of paper. I mean, it's just an absolutely amazing driver, and they use that in some of their higher end series of speakers. Yeah,
so in other words, they give you that sensitivity advantage of paper, but they give you the stiffness of the Flax material.
Yeah, it's really cool, and there's some videos that Focal has on YouTube. You should check it out. It's a really interesting process on how they make it, and of course the Beryllium tweeter. I mean, just anything with Beryllium in it is amazing. I mean, it's such a really difficult to work with material. Only a few companies can actually pull it off.
Yeah, and in fact, every one of the speakers that we've heard that had the best kind of high frequency transparency has either had a Beryllium tweeter or the really nice AMT tweeters.
Right.
So this speaker is no exception. We got them up here in the 2-channel room where this is my office. I'm like, you know what?
Still under construction.
Still under construction. This obviously you can hear in the echo in this room
that
we need to treat this room for sure. So we put them up here. We listen to them. We listen to the Rebels. We have the Rebels up here, which are excellent speakers as well. But let me tell you something. These are very special speakers, because I was expecting them just to be. I was expecting them to be outclassed by the Rebels, and that just wasn't the case. These speakers maybe didn't have as much output or loudness as the Rebel, because the Rebel's the biggest speaker.
Yeah, 3/8-inch bass drivers, which is 2 6.5.
But the bass that was coming out of these speakers, first of all, it was super tight. Like, we didn't put any room correction on, no EQ boost. It was tight, it was supple, and there was a hint of depth. And when we played like Post Malone, or we played Planet Dada from Yellow the Eye, I could not believe how much sound was coming out of a speaker of this footprint. Because what is the height of these speakers?
44 inches, 44 and change inches. So it's not a small speaker, and it weighs about 80 pounds. It's a substantial speaker, but it's not ginormous. So meaning you could integrate that into a really cool family room, into a theater area. You know, my impression was when these turned on, they were just magical. I mean, they were just open. The sound was very clean, very, very detailed. There was no harshness at all on it. It was a very fast speaker. It more than held its own with the Rebels, which I'm a huge Rebel fan. But $10,000 speakers versus $16,000, you know, it's pretty close.
The thing about these speakers is they had such a fluid sound to them. Everything sounded, the driver sounded incredibly integrated. It was almost like I was listening to a coaxial speaker, you know, because everything was just like a point source. And that's part of it because of their angled baffle. They time aligned the tweeter with the mid-range. And it really works. And let me tell you, we were sitting here on the couch. I even brought my daughter and her friend up here they're younger and they have perfect hearing. And they couldn't believe just what they were hearing, the transparency of the sound. Whatever we listened to, whether we threw on jazz or we threw on like hip hop.
But they knew that the Revel had more circles.
Yeah, they knew. I go, what do you think about the 2 speakers? Well, those bigger speakers have more circles.
They probably cost more.
Yeah. But let me tell you something, guys. This is just an informal unboxing video. We barely even set these up. I was blown away by the fact that you unbox them and the outriggers are already on the speaker.
Yeah,
Beautiful, really good quality. Check out the grill covers. They're magnetic grill covers. There's one magnetic grill cover for the mid-range, and then there's the other one for the bass drivers. And of course, you get to always see the tweeter because it's
ever going to use those though.
I would store them away.
Stunning.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know how much I would like the all white speaker. I mean, it's got a black top. It's a Carrera white. It's a Porsche color. But man, when we took those things out, I was like, they're beautiful. I mean, it's just one of the things you have to see them to really experience it. Seeing a picture is one thing. Seeing them in person is another. And
I have to tell you guys, if you ever think about doing like a music only system, this would be a killer setup if you get 5 of these speakers and 2 subs, like maybe some JL Audio.
Or the matching center and the bookshelves or even their flush mounts.
Yeah. Just imagine this just for music. Forget about movies for a minute. This system, getting it in the right size room with decent room treatments, you're going to be literally pulled into audio nirvana.
So how many that Anthem amplifiers? What 600 watts a channel roughly?
Yeah,
that's running to it. So the dynamics. I mean, again, it's not a small speaker, but a lot of what we listen to at Audioholics. I mean, the Revels are 50 some inches tall. They have 3/8 and more circles, inside of them. But the output, the dynamics, they felt like a much bigger speaker to me.
The thing is, I was running these with the Anthem STR stack. That's no slouch. The preamp is $4,000. The power amp is $6,000, 600 watts, like you said, into 4 ohms. And I was hitting these speakers with bass. The woofers were moving, but they weren't breaking up. They weren't straining. I was like, damn, I don't know how much more I could push this without it being uncomfortable in this room.
Well, I remember reading one review of these speakers, and it said that the 2 drivers defied physics, and I always stuck in my brain until I really had some intimate time listening to these. I've heard them at shows, at trade shows, and I always was blown away by the sound there. But, you know, listening to them in the sound room, they were right. I mean, it's crazy.
So we're going to test this out in different kind of environments. We have different rooms in the house that we're going to try them out. And you're going to see more videos of these speakers. I'm going to try to get Matthew Pose here to do some measurements so he can confirm what we're hearing, that these speakers sound awesome. This is just a teaser right now. We're going to get more in depth with the focal coverage. We're really big fans of what we're seeing here.
Yeah. So and more, again, the more we dive into the products of this company, from the architectural stuff to the you know, I love my clear headphones. You have the Stellas. I mean, they're just amazingly well built. Now the Kantas, it's just a first class company, and not just aesthetics. I mean, the sound is there as well. So
and I will admit, just looking at these speakers, they sound good just looking at them. I mean, and really what you're seeing in this picture and in the B-roll and stuff doesn't do justice to when you're actually in the room with the speaker. And it's really part of your furniture. That's how I see it.
I mean, you could put these in some super chic Park Avenue, New York apartment in front of windows with high-end furniture, or some great place in Miami. And I think most wives wouldn't even mind these. They're just literally like a work of art. They're gorgeous.
Pretty awesome, guys. So if you like this video, please thumb it up. Make sure you hit that bell notification, because you want to know when we drop these new videos, when we cover more focal products or we cover other different speaker products. If you don't hit that bell notice, you might miss some of these videos. And, you know, we got to pay this guy. We got to get him coming here. Either I got to pay him or I got to give him food. This guy's not easy to feed, let me tell you. He's Mr. Keto.
Oh, Keto.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we're wrapping it up. Don't forget about our Patreon channel at patreon.com/audioholics. You get lots of benefits. We put lots of details on products that we don't put on the website regularly. That's on our Patreon channel, including Excel spreadsheets for all you math guys that want to see how things measure.
Consulting.
We do some private consulting as well. All right. So, Don, thanks for coming over here, checking out these focals with me. And until next time, my friends, keep listening. You went over her helmet?
Let me pull my next time. Jesus Christ.
It's sweating.
It's hot as balls up here.
It is. The air conditioning's off.
Wow. Why did you do that? Get all that cheap?
No, dude. The auto system doesn't. There's no auto. I gotta put more.
I'm coming out.